Help viewers out there. Like I told you, we're still fortunate to have the midfield general, Tonny Mawejje. Of course, his last dance will be in 2022. But of course, whichever game is going to play this season will be a last dance for some of the people. Tonny Mawejje,
Yep.
you played a lot of games for the Uganda Cranes.
Yep.
You had your debut on the senior team while a very young boy. What do you think made you to last such a distance on the team, the national team? Because we've seen players play in the league, get on form, play 2-3 national team games, they already ex-internationals. But you've played on this team for over 15 years. What's the secret?
I think I'm one lucky guy that has been able to play in some of the national team setups, like the under 17, the under 20, and the under 23. Most of the guys here, they just joined the national team, like the senior national team. He joins the senior team for just 2 years or 3 and then disappears. But I've been there, I've played in the under 17, under 20, and then under 23. So I think that one has played a big part. And again, my being focused. When you be focused and you maintain the consistency, then definitely they will always, you will always deserve the summon to the national team when you are consistent. Yes.
And then going there, the young boy, you found some of the express players by then. I remember you playing alongside Edgar Watson for a few games.
No, I played only with Edgar Watson for once.
That was
That
against
is my debut.
Mauritius.
Exactly.
Yes.
I came in as a substitute, and I was so happy to play against a guy I grew up admiring.
Yeah, you're one of your heroes.
Exactly, and I played with him for only, I think, like 15 minutes. And for me, that was like 90 minutes.
Of course, and then you played alongside Obua, they were overhead, and then Batabaire Sekaja.
Yeah.
How was it, a young boy from Masaka, playing alongside already the established stars of the league on the national team?
Yeah, the feeling was really wonderful. One thing I can never forget when I played in the same team with the Ibla Sekaja, he told me something that made me confident on the pitch. He said I should just play and fearless, because the reason why they are there is to defend.
Yes.
So to me, it gave me confidence of the
If you lose the ball,
exactly,
we're behind you.
Exactly, and I promised myself as well that as I go ahead to play for the national team as a senior player, I will do the same to the young players that find me there, and they will always witness that if also given a chance to speak about a person who encourage them and installed confidence in them.
So the Farouk Mias have
exactly.
The Farouk Mias, Baba Chizita, I remember when he came up.
Aucho, yeah,
they are testimony.
Yeah, exactly. They can speak to you about it. They might not say, but
yes.
I did that.
Yes, and I play for the national team for many players. Is a dream. How was it putting on that national team jersey against Mauritius?
To me, putting on the national colors, it is a feeling I cannot even here explain, because the way I loved as a kid to play for the national team, to even stand there on the line and they sing the national anthem for you, the feeling is unexplained. I can't express it more here, but the feeling is really good, really good.
You were part of so many heartbreaks until 2017. But before that, I remember the campaign 2012. We drew 0-0 with Kenya. You were part of the team. How was it feel after the final whistle and in the dressing room after the Cranes had failed to qualify at the expense of Angola after drawing 0-0 with Kenya?
It was so sad because the expectations were so high, both from we players and the fans themselves. Kenya is a team we would come and beat at any time, any day. But that day, things didn't go the way we expected. I think there's a lot of reasons why it happened like that, but the feeling was really so bad.
And then qualifying for AFCON 2017, would you just pick this out as the best moment of your Cranes career, or putting on the national team jersey for the first time, or playing at AFCON itself?
I think I will all put it together, because putting on the national jersey for the first time and qualifying for AFCON, something that has been a dream for years, and breaking the jinx for so many years.
That was after 39 years.
39 years.
Yeah.
It is something you can't also
just throw away.
Look at it as a simple thing. So I will go with putting on the jersey for the first time and qualifying for the AFCON, breaking the jinx.
And you played against a lot of top midfielders. Michael Essien, McDonald Maliga. You played against Wanyama himself.
Yes.
A lot of top midfielders. Who do you rate as your best and toughest opponent?
I think it was Maliga.
Which game? The 0-0 in Kenya?
The 0-0 in Kenya.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, it was really tough, and the guy was at his peak. He had just won the Champions League.
Yeah, with Inter Milan.
Yeah, and he was playing home behind the crowd. The crowd was so behind him. It was really tough for us.
I remember he hit the crossbar twice.
Yeah,
in that game.
Twice, and in the midfield he was a menace. He was a menace to us.
He was a giant.
Exactly.
And, I remember before the game, the Kenyan media quoted you saying, "I'm better than Maliga."
Yeah. Actually, like growing up, I'm a guy who believes in himself. So speaking to the media and say I'm better than that guy, I was kind of installing my confidence into myself. But in actual sense, this is a guy who had just won Champions League with Inter Milan, and a guy who has played in the...
Actually, the only East African to do so.
Exactly, and he was playing in one of the biggest top leagues in the world.
And in one of the best teams around at that time, Inter Milan.
Yeah, exactly. It is something I used those to make myself confident that I'm going to play against him, but I'm also not afraid. But in actual sense, he was far way better than me.
Footballers rarely accept, but at least Tony, on that occasion, does admit that Maliga, by that time, I watched that game in Nyayo. For many people out there that never watched that game, it was the toughest and one of the games that I've seen Cranes suffer for a point. But at last, we got it, unfortunately. In 2011, in the reverse fixture, despite the dominance, Mawejje and his other peers failed. You played with so many partners. 15 minutes with Edgar Watson.
Yes.
A lot of games with Musa Mode.
Musa Mode, yes.
Then Babachis at times.
Yeah.
Hassan Iwasu as well.
Yeah.
Aucho Khalid.
Yeah.
Who do you pick as your best midfield partner for the national team?
Can I pick two?
You can pick two.
Yes, I would say at one time I played with Mike Solmaga also in the national team. Yeah, I will take
that game against Angola.
Yes, I will take Mike Solmaga and Musa Mode.
Musa Mode.
Yes.
Yeah, you played a lot of games with him.
Yes.
And then you've also been managed by a lot of coaches on the national team. From Hamoud Abbas to Laszlo Saba, Bob Williamson, Micho Sledovic,
yes.
And of course recently a little bit of Jonathan McKinstry,
yes.
And Abdallah Mbiro as well. Who do you pick as your top-notch coaches? Your best to have managed you on the national team?
I think I will go with Micho. Yeah, because reason being, he's a guy who could call you one-on-one and you speak, and he installs confidence and what would I say?
It makes you a warrior.
Exactly. You go on the pitch just wanting just to play that ball and win and get out of the pitch. That is him.
There are reports that, for instance, you are a midfielder going to face, say, Michael Essien.
Yeah.
He will tell you every strength of Michael Essien. Sometimes he's instilling fear in you.
No, you know, sometimes you have to be realistic. Sometimes you could face guys who are coming from Europe and they are playing for those big
and they are not there by mistake.
Yeah, they are not there by mistake. They are really good guys, and when they come here in Africa, they are a threat, definitely. But he tries to come and tells you, okay, these guys are playing there, but you can as well be where they are. This is the time for you to show them that where you are is where I'm supposed to be. So that is enough to make you confident and to push the fear away from you.
In football, some players have been overrated, others have been underrated. Who are some of those players that would say fans underrated them? You played with them and all against them. Who are those players that you think so and so was underrated, but he was a top-notch player?
You mean
on the national team?
On the national team? And
yes. All even opponents. Because people may say, you're going to face, say, Goso. That's nothing. But of course, you as players always know the strength of your opponents as well, and the strength of your teammates as well. Who are those players that people underrated, but you believe were top-notch players on the team?
Yeah, when you look at our generation, you know, for me, I've played for two generations. I've played in the generations where there was Ibula Sekaja, Nestro, Kizito. Those are guys that we played with, but they never qualified for AFCON. They never gotten the chance like we did. The likes of
even David
Oboa,
Hassan Mbiru, a little bit of Hassan Mbiru.
Yeah. These are the guys who, when you were on the team, like David Oboa, you could be deep inside you confident that at one point he's going to score and we win, we take the match bonus and everything. But these people didn't qualify for AFCON.
And people underrate them because of that.
Exactly. You see now what they think about is the team that broke the jinx. But then these are the guys that really gave in their all, but unfortunately they didn't make it there. I think they are kind of underrated in that.
You feel the fans underrate them because they never achieved the feat?
Exactly.
But of course they are top players.
Top players, yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And then any underrated opponent you faced, people think it's going to be easy against so and so. But in reality, this guy gives you a good run.
Yeah, I remember a guy by names of Motoyose. He was from Benin. He came to Uganda.
Razako Motoyose.
Yes.
That was Benin.
From Benin, yeah.
Yes.
This guy had everything a striker could have. Everything. If it is dribbling, he could dribble. If it is running, if it is power. I can't forget one day the goal he scored Onyango in Nambole. When he stepped over Ibla Sekaja.
Ibra and Batabai as well. And that was a top one.
To me, this is a guy that even was overrated in Africa because he was even better than these Sadio Manes you see making wonders in.
He was underrated by then, but he was a top guy.
Top-notch guy, yes.
Razako Motoyose.
Yes.
And then who is that a few of the best players you share the national team with, national team dressing room? The guys that would say these were top-notch.
Yes, I would say Ibla Sekaja, David Oboa, Nestor Kizito, Mike Selumaga, Dennis Onyango, Mia Falug. Ucho also is a good player. Ochan Patrick. Very good midfielder.
Yeah.
He was. There are so many. Some one might forget, but those were really good players.
In that regard, away from say this being top, but now I would like your best 11 of the Cranes players that you played with? Because for these ones, you're not going to tell me I've forgotten some names. No.
No, I cannot forget.
Your best 11
Yeah.
of players you played with on the national team. Yeah.
In goal, I would put Dennis Onyango. Number 2, I would put Simeon Masaba. Number 3, Nesro Chizito, seconded by Ujajawalu.
Yeah.
Central defense, I would go with Ibra Sekaja and Mulshid Juko. In the midfield, I would play with Awucho and Musamude and I.
That's too defensive.
No, it's not.
Hey.
If Awucho sits, then we go. Yeah. And then in the right, I would go for Kais Vicente.
Vicente, you're Obi from Massachusetts.
In the left, I go with Mike Selmaga. Then I put Massa and Hassan Mubiru. One waits for the other on the up front.
Yeah, yes. Actually, for the time I've watched Uganda football, I've not seen a player playing up front better than Hassan Mubiru. I didn't watch Majidu, I didn't watch Filippo Mondi. I watched a little bit of Freddy Tamale, but Hassan Mubiru, to me, if he played now, he should be playing in one of the top leagues in Europe.
And I think he was a complete.
Yeah, he was a complete center forward. He could play anyway on the pitch, especially going forward, and he was top notch, in my opinion. Tony, a few of your last words. Very soon, like you said, you're going to leave the stage for the young boys to dance. Are we seeing you in the dugout, maybe alongside Abdallah Mbiru at Police sometime, or you're going to be concentrating on things away from football?
No, definitely. I'm of football. From childhood, I've been in football. And even after I retire as a player, I would want to work for football. So I can't rule away the fact that sometimes you may want to be in the dugout, like you say, but that is not my first priority now. My first priority is to be a manager, like to manage players. I want to study management, manage players, and sell them out, because some of these guys, they don't have the opportunities. They don't have the right managers to put them where they are supposed to be. The time comes when they are ripe to go, and they don't have the right people to take them there. So I want to be one of those guys that is going to be there, scout talents, super talents, and then help them out to reach their dreams as well.
Yeah, of recent, the Uganda Cubs qualified for the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, and of course the Under-17 as well. Who are those young players that you think have a very big future for Uganda? The next Tonny Mawejjes, the next Sekajas, the next Hassan Mbirus are from the players that you currently watch in the league. Who are those top players? You can say, if well handled, if everything goes as well, these guys are top notch.
Yeah, I was one time at a certain TV, and somebody asked me such a question, and even before I told him, he asked me, who do you think would replace you when you leave the national team? I told him there are a lot of good midfielders, and I pointed one guy now who is now playing. It must have been God speaking from. And I was so happy to see Bialhanga Bobos now putting on the national colors.
Did he put on jersey 6?
And good enough, I saw him putting on jersey 6. I was so happy for that. But it's some 2 years back, I said this boy will be a good replacement. Not only him, but I said a lot of good midfielders we have. So I see a lot of them. I might not come here and start pinpointing them. Maybe it might help somebody, some of them, and it might
Affect the
affect
others.
the others.
Yeah.
So, but what I can say is we have got a lot of, we are blessed, like Uganda is blessed with good players, and especially in the midfield. So there are a lot of good midfielders.
You think the future is bright?
Exactly.
Lastly, a lot of players and the media are always conflicting. Sometimes players don't want to hear the truth. How has your relationship with the media built you or put you down during your span of over 20 years of playing?
Yeah, sometimes you have to be realistic as a person. Even before the media criticizes you, you have to be the first person to criticize yourself. For example, if you went and had a bad match, you don't have to wait for anyone to criticize you for not giving a good performance. You have to first of all sit back and see the mistakes you made and correct them and come back a different player maybe in the next game. But sometimes players are hit so hard by the criticism of the media, and some who don't have the strength to stand up again. You find when they have, they have even gone off track, they have given up. Sometimes what I call upon the media to do is not to do it so much.
To give positive criticism.
Exactly.
Not to attack.
Not to attack. Don't do it so much. It's okay to say about the negative a little bit, because if you don't say it, then maybe the player will not know. But you will find other players who can not sit back and criticize themselves and to look at the weak side of them or the bad side and then improve it. But some will do. So for me, what has helped me is to always have that in me. When things don't go right, I sit back and judge myself. I see where I've been not good, then I have to improve. So it's so important for a player. You don't wait for others to criticize you, but instead criticize yourself first.
Your last words to the Tonny Mawejje fans and of course the Police FC fans that will be watching you for another season. Yeah,
I first of all call upon the fans. I know they might not be in the stadiums back yet again, but I know as time goes on, they will. I just urge them to keep supporting those who can come to the stadiums to come and watch the last dance of the midfield general, because it is going to be really so fun for those that have been following my game since I started to come and even see me finish. I just call upon those who really like Tonny Mawejje, who have been there in the days when things didn't go right for me, who have been there even in the good days, to come and see my last season. I just promise that when you're always finishing, you make sure you finish well.
Yeah.
So I promise my fans that it's going to be a wonderful season, and let them come and see that last bit I have to give them.
All right. Thank you so much, Tonny Mawejje. We could have got the last dance of the midfield general today on air, but of course, as usual, we shall keep bringing you superstars. There are a lot of people out there that you need to know who they are. Some people just see you on the pitch, then go out already a little bit of you, but now this was right from you. Tonny, thanks, Tonny, for the time. Thanks our viewers out there, and very soon, like I said, we shall still be unleashing superstars. The choice is yours. Just keep it Kawowo Sports. Thank you. Bang, bang.